Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm really glad to see you here. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, put a big thumbs up and turn on notifications so you will not miss my new videos. And I want to remind you that I have a closed group with a limited amount of people where I'm sharing my trading signals for free. So if you want to get in there, please text me a code word signal in my Telegram. The link to it I will leave in the description box. Let's start trading. Today we'll trade with you using the parabolic SAR indicator. This indicator belongs to the group of the trend indicators. It also suggests the price reversal points as well as the strength and direction of the trend. And so let's get started. We will connect this indicator. To do this, click this button in the lower left corner. A list of indicators opens in front of us. We select parabolic SAR from the list. We leave all settings by default, and you can also choose any color here. I will choose yellow. You can also choose any other color in turn. I will also make this indicator larger so that it can be seen better. Thus, yellow dots appeared at the top and bottom of the graph. The signal for opening a deal is the moment when, for example, dots begin to appear above our chart. In this situation, in the near future, the price will fall. At this point, you can open deals for a decrease. Also, when the dots begin to approach directly to the candles themselves, this moment also tells us that the reversal is expected in the near future and the points will begin to appear from the bottom of our chart, which means that the price will rise in the near future. But with a downtrend, it is better to open deals for a decrease. That is, to wait for the points on the top of our graph. Such an entry point will be more confident. Also, when the dots begin to appear with a larger distance from each other, this situation also tells us that there is a good confident and directional movement. But when the dots form close to each other, it means that there is a heavy traffic. The price is moving towards the trading zone, but I want to warn you right away. This indicator, like any other indicator, is an auxiliary tool of technical analysis. Therefore, you should not blindly trust the indicator alone. First, we conduct a technical analysis, paying attention to the support and resistance levels as well as internal levels, and only then we take into account the hints of this indicator. Indicator parabolic SAR, as any indicator, has own errors. Watch this video till the end and you will know how to work with this indicator. Alright, let's start and see how it works, and we will consider a new market situation. Here we see the resistance level, and we also see that there is a good confident uptrend going on here. Price lows are getting higher. There is a kind of compression. We also pay attention to our indicator. It tells us that an upward movement is expected in the near future. In this situation, I think to open a deal for 1 minute to increase. I think that this level will be broken in the near future. Just the price is already starting to go beyond our level. I think that in this situation 1 minute will be quite enough. And so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great friends, the price continued its upward movement. This level has been broken. We got a great confident profit. 1 minute was enough for us. Also, this indicator gave us a good entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. Not a bad start. Let's continue. Here we see the support level, and we also see that after the pullback, the price again approached our level. There is a certain compression, and the indicator also tells us that the downward movement is expected in the near future. In this situation, I suggest opening a deal for 2 minutes to decrease. I think that in the near future, the price will continue its downward movement. It is also possible that this level will be broken. 2 minutes also is a margin taking into account a pullback or some kind of pro-trade, after which the downward movement is more likely to continue, since the price here also has a good potential for a decline. The main price highs are getting lower. There is a kind of compression of this level, and so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Quite well friends, after the roll back up, the downward movement continued and we got a profit. 2 minutes was just enough for us. Also, this indicator again helped us to determine the further price movement and gave us a good entry point. Everything is going great, let's continue. Consider the following market situation. Here we see the level of support, and we also see that there is a good confident downward movement. There is a slight upward pullback. This indicator also tells us that the downward movement is also expected in the near future. I suggest opening a deal here for 2 minutes on a downgrade. I think that in this situation, after the pullback up, the price will continue its movement to this level, since the price here also has a good potential for a decline. At the same time, price highs also become lower. And so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. It's not bad, friends. The price has continued its downward movement and we are making profit here. 2 minutes was just enough for us. Also, this indicator again suggests a good entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. Well, let's continue. Here we see the resistance level. We also see that there is a good confident upward movement going on here. Also, after a small pullback and some pro trading, the price continued to move to the resistance level again. Here I propose to open a deal for 3 minutes to increase. I think that in this situation the price will continue to move to this level, since the price here has also a good potential to increase recently. The main price lows are getting higher. The indicator also tells us that an upward movement is also expected in the near future. 3 minutes is also with a margin. Take into account some kind of pro trading or a possible pullback down. And so, friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great, friends, after a little pro trading, the upward movement continued and we are making profit here. 3 minutes was enough for us, and this indicator also confirmed our entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. The price has reached this level. A logical pullback is more likely to occur in the near future, but for now I suggest continue and finding the next entry point. Here we see the support level. We also see that there is a good confident downward movement here, as well as the indicator tells us that downward movement is also expected in the near future. Here I also suggest opening a deal for 3 minutes to decrease. I think that in the near future the price will continue its movement to this level, since the price has also had a good potential for a decline here recently. 3 minutes also with a margin. Take into account the small pullback up or a small pro trade after reach the downward movement is more likely to continue. And so, friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. It's not bad, friends. After a little trading, the downward movement continued and this level was broken through and we are getting a great confident profit here. 3 minutes was enough for us. Also, this indicator in turn again suggested us a good entry point and helped to determine the further price movement. So far, everything is going well. Let's continue to consider the following market situation. Here we see the support level. We also see that there was a pullback up and from this point this price turned around and falls down. We also pay attention to our indicator. It tells us that in the near future the price will also fall. In this situation, I propose to open a deal for 3 minutes for a decrease. 3 minutes also with a margin, taking into account a pro trade or a possible pullback up, after which the downward movement will certainly continue, since the price here also has a good potential for a decrease. The main price highs are getting lower, there is a certain compression. I think that in the near future the price will still continue its downward movement. And so, friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great, friends, the price has continued its downward movement and we are here with you in time to close our deal in profit. Also, closer to this level the price got into a kind of pro trade. There was also an upward movement, but in any case after that the price continued downward movement again and we managed to make it profit here. Also, this indicator again suggested a good entry point and helps to determine the further price movement. Everything is going great. Let's continue. Here we see the resistance level. There was also a pro trade near this level, after which there was a rollback, and after the rollback the price moves back to our level. It is already starting to break through. I also pay attention to our indicator. It tells us that an upward movement is also expected in the near future. In this situation, I suggest opening a deal for 2 minutes to increase. Just at the moment there was a slight pullback down. This is a good point to open a deal. I think that in the near future the price will continue its upward movement. This level will be broken through, since accumulation is taking place in this situation before breaking through this level. And so, friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great, friends, the price continued its upward movement. This level has been broken through and we are getting a gorgeous confident profit. The longer the accumulation, the more confident the breaking through will be. Also, this indicator in turn again prompted us a good entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. Everything is going great. Let's continue to consider the following market situation. Here we see the level of support. We also see that there is a good confident downtrend. The price at the moment got into some kind of pro trading, and just at the moment the price continues its downward movement again. This indicator also suggests us a downward movement is expected in the near future. Here I propose to open a deal for 2 minutes to decrease. I think that in this situation the price is more likely to continue its movement to this level, and it is also possible that it will be broken through. Well, or at least the price will simply continue its downward movement. And so, friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Quite well, friends. After a little pro trade and the downward movement continued and we managed to close our deal with a profit. 2 minutes was enough for us. Also, this indicator in turn suggested a good entry point and helps us to determine the further price movement. The downtrend continued its movement to this level. Everything is going well. Let's continue to consider the following market situation. We see that the main price highs are getting lower. There is a downward movement. This indicator also tells us that the downward movement is expected in the near future. I think that the price will continue its movement at least to the internal support level, so I suggest opening a deal here for 2 minutes to decrease. 2 minutes is also with a margin taking into account some kind of pro trading or a possible pullback up. And so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great friends, the price continues downward movement to the main support level and we are getting a great confident profit here with you. 2 minutes was enough for us. Also, this indicator gave us a good entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. Let's continue and find the next entry point. Here we see the resistance level. We also see that there was a good confident uptrend. The price touched this level and there was a pullback down, and after the pullback the price continues its upward movement again. There is a certain compression. We also pay attention to our indicator. Upward movement is also expected in the near future. Here I suggest opening a deal for 2 minutes to increase. I think that in the near future the price will continue its movement to this level and it is also possible that it will be broken through, since the price here has also had a good potential to increase recently. The main price lows are getting higher. There is a compression of this level. 2 minutes also with a margin taking into account the pro trading or a small pullback down. And so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Well, quite good friends. After a slight pullback downwards, the upward movement continued and we managed to close our deal with profit. 2 minutes was enough for us. There was also a false breakout of this level, but I think in the near future the breakout will be complete. Also, this indicator in turn suggests a good entry point and helps us to determine the further price movement. Let's continue and consider the following market situation. Here we see the level of support. We also see that there was a good confident downtrend here. The price touched this level and there was an upward pullback, and after the pullback the price continues movement to this level. There is a kind of compression. Also, this indicator suggests that downward movement is expected in the near future. Let's open a deal here for 2 minutes on a downgrade. I think that the price will continue its movement to this level. It is also possible that it will be broken through, since the price here also has a good potential for a decrease. Price highs are getting lower, and so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Quite well friends, the price continues movement to this level. We are making a profit here with you. 2 minutes was enough for us. Also, this indicator again suggested a good entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. Let's continue and consider the following market situation. Here we see the resistance level. We also see that there was a good confident uptrend here. Also, at the moment there is a preload of this level. I think that will be broken in the near future. Also, this indicator tells us that an upward movement is expected in the near future. Here I propose to open a deal for 2 minutes to increase. I think that in the near future the price will be broken through this level and continue its upward movement, since the price here also has a good potential for an increase. I think that in this situation 2 minutes will be quite enough, and so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Great friends, the price continues upward movement. This level was still broken through and we are making profit. Also, this indicator again suggests to get a good entry point and help us to determine the further price movement. Everything is going great, let's continue. Here we see the level of support. We also see that at the moment there is a compression of this level. Also, this indicator suggests that the downward movement is expected in the near future. In this situation, I propose to open a deal for a decrease of 2 minutes. I think that in the near future this level will still be broken. 2 minutes is also with a margin taking into account the pro trade or a possible pullback up. And so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Quite good friends, after a little pro trading, the downward movement continued and this level was still broken through and we are making a profit here with you. 2 minutes was just enough for us. Also, this indicator confirmed our entry point and this price really continued its downward movement. Let's continue and consider the following market situation. Here we see the level of support. We also see that at the moment the price has already broken through this level and has consolidated under it. We also draw your attention to our indicator. It suggests that a downward movement is also expected in the near future. This situation suggests opening a deal for 2 minutes to decrease. I think that in the near future the price will continue its downward movement to the main support level, which is below 2 minutes, also with a margin taking into account some kind of pro-trade or a possible pullback up. And so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Well friends, quite good. The price slowed down a bit, but still the downward movement continued. And here we managed to close our deal in profit. 2 minutes was enough for us. Also, this indicator again suggested a good entry point and helped us to determine the further price movement. Meanwhile, I already have almost $2,000 on deposit. I propose to open another last deal for today. Now I have found a suitable situation in the market. We will continue. So friends, we are with you on the same currency pair after a while. We also see that after a small pro trade, the price continues moving to the main support level. Also, this indicator again tells us that the downward movement is expected in the near future. Here I propose to open a deal for 3 minutes to decrease. I think that this level will be broken in the near future since the price here has also recently a good potential for a decrease. And the price does not roll back far from this level. There is a kind of compression. I think that in this situation it's more likely that this level will still be broken, since the price has still has a good potential for a decrease. 3 minutes also with a margin taking into account some kind of pro trade or a possible pullback up. And so friends, let's wait for the end of our deal. Well, it's quite good friends. After a little pro trade, the downward movement continued and this level was still broken. And we are making profit here. 3 minutes was just enough for us. Also, after breaking through this level, there was an upward pullback immediately, and perhaps in this situation 2 minutes would have been enough for us. But I opened a deal with a margin, but in any case we managed to close our deal with profit. I already have $2,500 on deposit. I suggest we end here. Also, this indicator suggested a good entry points and helped us to determine the further price movement. Also, all market situations have worked out perfectly and we get a great result. Well done! For today guys, thank you that you watched this video till the end. If you want to be in my closed group where I'm sharing trading signals for free, don't forget to write me a code word signal in my Telegram. I will leave the link to my Telegram in the description box. See you next time!